Īśopaniṣad, and it's very interesting to see how we have developed. After mantra 12, we went out, we did law of karmas, we did 5 different sessions there, and now we are back here, and we are going to continue with Shri Īśopaniṣad. And let's, Hare Krishna, let me just share the screen, and then we shall continue. Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all in Shri Īśopaniṣad sessions. There are 18 mantras, and we are on 13th mantra now. But before we get any further, this is all due to the hard work by Srila Prabhupada ji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's do Manglacharan, take the blessings from Guru, Acharyas, and all the lordships. Feel free to join with me, whether muted, unmuted, as you like, and then we can continue there. Om. अज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुन् श्रीयुधापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथवितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरुदेव महाराज की जय। जय जय श्री राधेश। हरे कृष्ण everyone. Welcome everyone to this session of Shri Īśopaniṣad. We've been doing Shri Īśopaniṣad for a while now. Out of 18 mantras, we have already done 12 mantras, and now we are on 13th mantra. So today we will start 13 mantras and we will see how it goes. So we remember the very first invocation mantra, Om Purnamada Purnamidam. Krishna is Purna and we are Purna. First principle given in the mantra 1, Īśāvasyam principle, everything belongs to Krishna. And even if we just remember this one thing, that everything is there for Krishna, has come from Krishna, then we will be so happy. We will not get attached to anything because it belongs to someone else. It's like when we go to someone's house, everything is there for the person. Everything is there. The owner is someone else. We go there, we enjoy, and we say thank you, and we come back. And the cashier is there in the bank and maybe counting so much currency in a day. But cashier would know that all this money belongs to the bank, not to me, and will not get attached to it. But if we will have maybe £1, £1 somewhere, we will get attached to it if it's us. So it's not the amount which matters, it's the attachment which matters. So first principle, Isha Vasyam principle, everything belongs to Krishna. And mantra two, if we will live in that, we will live in harmony. Mantra three, if we will not live in that principle, then it will become the cause of our downfall. So हमने जिस तरीके से देखा कि श्री ईशोपनिषद जब शुरू होता है तो ओम पूर्णमदा पूर्णमिदम, जो इन्वोकेशन मंत्र है उससे हम समझ सकते हैं कि सब कुछ भगवान का है और भगवान से ही निकला है और भगवान में ही लीन हो जाता है। भगवान भगवान ओनर है, भगवान प्रोप्राइटर है, हम भगवान के पार्ट एंड पार्सल हैं और हम भी कंप्लीट हैं। भगवान सत्यचित आनंद है और हम भी सत्यचित आनंद है। बस ये है कि हम को याद नहीं है। ये ऐसे है कि सूरज है और सूरज हमेशा है बादलों के ऊपर, बस बीच में बादल है तो वो डार्कनेस के बादल है, वो हमारी अज्ञानता के बादल हैं। हम अगर मेहनत करें तो ज्ञान के जो चक्षु हैं, शास्त्रों का जो ज्ञान है उससे हम वो ज्ञान का अंधकार खत्म कर सकते हैं, काट सकते हैं, और फिर वो जो सूरज हमेशा से रहा वो हमको दिख सकता है, हमको रियलाइज हो सकता है। उसको हम सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन कहते हैं। इसमें कोई हमको आके कह सकता है कि सूरज है, लेकिन हमको खुद को मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी। हमको कोई भी ऐसी चीज नहीं होगी उसके बाद में जो कि हमको दुख पहुंचा सके। तो ईशावास्यम प्रिंसिपल सब कुछ भगवान का है और हमको इसी प्रिंसिपल में रहना चाहिए। जो मंत्रा टू है, इस प्रिंसिपल में नहीं रहेंगे और चीजों से अटैच होंगे, भगवान को अर्पित ना करके खुद अपने आप के भोग के लिए इकट्ठा करेंगे चीजों को, तो वो मंत्रा थ्री के हिसाब से हमारे लिए अच्छा नहीं है और इसी वजह से हम सभी दुखी रहते हैं। Mantra 4 to 8, the Ishwar can be understood by spiritual vision. And we have seen this, that how our senses are imperfect, but Shastras, Guru, Sadhu, Shastras. So Shastras are the basis. Then Guru, Sadhu, Sadhus are those who study those Shastras, and Guru is the one who introduces us to the Sadhus and the Shastras. So Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, these three things we need to surrender. तो गुरु साधु शास्त्र को हमको सरेंडर करना होता है, क्योंकि जो शास्त्र हैं वो हमारा बेसिस है। किसी भी अगर ऑर्गेनाइज रिलीजन को हम देखते हैं तो उसके अंदर कोई ना कोई एक ग्रंथ होता है जिसके बेस के ऊपर वो रिलीजन होता है। तो उस रिलीजन के रिस्पेक्ट करते हुए हमको उस शास्त्र, अगर हमको उस रिलीजन को समझना है तो उनके उस शास्त्र की हमें स्टडी करनी चाहिए। तो ऐसे ही वैदिक कल्चर के अंदर जो हमारे वेद हैं, पुराण है, उपनिषद है, या अगर हमारे पास समय नहीं है, जिस तरीके से भगवान वेद व्यास ने कहा है कि भागवतम एक केवल, सिर्फ एक भागवत अगर हम पढ़ें, भगवान का सिर्फ नाम लें, उतना ही कलयुग के अंदर काफी है। क्योंकि हमारी बुद्धि इतनी नहीं है हम सबको समझ सकें, लेकिन फिर भी गुरु और जो साधु हैं वो हमारी हेल्प करते हैं, इसलिए हमको हमेशा एसोसिएशन में रहना चाहिए। और फिर क्या होगा? मंत्रा 9 to 11, राइट एंड रॉन्ग विद्या, द अंडरस्टैंडिंग, द नॉलेज will be acquired by us. We will able to understand what's good, what's not good. So, what are the things we should get involved in and the things we should refrain ourselves from? So, this is very, very important. And then, mantra 12 and 14, once we have the understanding, we will know how to worship the Lord based on that. So, एक बार हमें ये पता लग गया है कि हमें वो ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हो गई कि किस तरह क्या चीज सही है, क्या चीज गलत है, तो उसके बाद अब हम भगवान का जब पूजन करेंगे, भगवान की जब आराधना करेंगे, तब हमारा जो चित है वो प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस में रहकर, स्थित होकर, फिर हम भगवान की आराधना कर पाएंगे। और भगवान सिर्फ यही कहते हैं, पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम। कुछ भी मेरे को आप अर्पित कर दें इनमें से, लेकिन भक्तया, एक भक्त की तरह अर्पण करें। वो फीलिंग होनी चाहिए, वो प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस होनी चाहिए। वी शुडंट हैव एनी हिडन एजेंडा that Lord, you will do this. If we will pray to you, then this will happen to us, like we are going to win the lottery or anything. So this is what we are doing. Mantra 12 we have seen, and if we will go in detail, Mantra 12 we have seen, Sambhuti takes to the darkness, Sambhuti to greater darkness. In this, we have seen that sometimes people don't have knowledge. So Sambhuti is the that knowledge. Asambhuti, those who don't have knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, people don't do anything. But those who have knowledge, that again the mention is for karma kanda. If we have karma kanda, then people gain a lot of benefit out of it. Now, karma kanda has been advised, but only for those who are very, very, very low level, very low level. Considering we've been coming to these sessions for a while now, I would definitely agree we are way beyond that level. But if somebody is not doing anything, maybe eating non-veg, maybe having alcohol and breaking other regulations as well, then we would say at least do karma kand, at least worship to get something, because that's a start, and that's what Krishna has suggested. If you are in that level, you do this. So Krishna said one place in Bhagavad Gita, or few places in Bhagavad Gita, do this. Bhakti is the topmost. But if you can't do this. Jnana is better. If you can't do jnana, karma is better. But if you can't even do karma, karma kand is the one which is for you. So it's a very gradual process. And that's why we don't have any competition with anyone, because we all have our own personal journey to make, whichever level we are on. And we all are in the association, we help each other to grow and progress together. And that's what family members do. So we are part of the same spiritual family. And if we think this way, then we will get better day by day, weeks, months, years, and we will progress further spiritually. And this is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Little progress on this path is permanent, eternal. So 10%, 12%, this birth, this janma, then next birth we will start from the following. How do we know that? The it's evident that the reason some people are born in very spiritual family, some people, and this is again Krishna has said it. So when Arjun said, so what happens to those who are not able to liberate themselves, who are not able to realize completely in this birth? Krishna says, not a step taken in this spiritual journey is waste. Those who can't reach next birth, they will have a better birth. So either they will get in a religious family, auspicious family, and maybe an aristocrated family, maybe royal family, where the life will be a bit better and the opportunities are there, then the person could start progressing further. Whether the person will do it or not, that's a different thing. But the circumstances will be definitely better based on our previous birth karmas. And that's what we have covered in the karmas as well. But two things we discussed in Mantra 12, how we should do demigod worship, Devi Devtaon. So जब हम देवी देवताओं का पूजन करते हैं तो हमें कैसे करना चाहिए, बट हमने उसके साथ में ये भी देखा जी, अब हम इम्पर्सनल भगवान का पूजन करते हैं तो वो हमें कैसे करना चाहिए। इसलिए कोई भी भक्त अगर हमें मिलता है कुछ ऐसे जो देवी देवताओं का पूजन करते हैं, तो उनके साथ हम देवी देवताओं का पूजन कर सकते हैं। बस ये है कि मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल जब देवी देवताओं का पूजन करते हैं तो वो कुछ चाहते हैं, और जब भक्त करते हैं तो वो सिर्फ, अगर वो कुछ चाहें भी तो वो भक्ति है, लेकिन वो भी नहीं चाहते, क्योंकि उन्हें मालूम है कि जब हम देवी देवताओं का पूजन करेंगे तो देवी देवता खुश होकर वही देंगे जो उनको लगता है सबसे बेस्ट। एंड दिस इज द बेस्ट थिंग, that if we will please someone, then we don't even have to ask for it. The person will automatically give what is the best for us. So it's like the children will ask so many things from parents, and then parents will keep giving those requested things. But what if there is a child who will not ask anything? Then parents will try to give the best they can, the best they have in their capacity as per their knowledge. And we have seen examples where Durga Ma, Lord Shivji, they have given to their devotees what they thought was the best, and that was the bhakti, the devotion. Not a palace, not any tantric, yogic vidya. They have given the bhakti. Hence, we understand bhakti is better. So that's in mantra 12, demigod worship and impersonal worship. So making the foundation on that is mantra 13, that asambhuti will give one result and sambhuti will give another result. What that means is that we, based on our understanding, our consciousness, whichever route we will take. So some people will go and they will consider that Krishna, the Lord, doesn't have any form. So I'm going to pray to impersonal Brahman, and they will have a different benefits and different results, it says, rather than benefit. And then those who worship demigods, because demigods going to fulfill the requirements very quick, material requirements, then they will get their results from there. So results will come, and Krishna has given that. The results will be there, but those results are very temperamental. They are very temporary. So if we are going to do the karma kand, we might get a place in Indradev's. But as we remember Golok Charter, Indra place, the heaven, is also material. So there are three types of parle. One where the earth goes down, the second where heaven goes down, and the third where the whole Brahmand goes down. So the second parle is where heaven goes down, all the demigods and demigods go down, and but the Brahmaji is still there. Brahma Loka on the top is still there. Everything else underneath changes. But then the third one is where Brahmaji also changes. And this is what we discussed. A lot of Danavs, they ask immortality. Make us eternal, immortal. Brahmaji says, well, I can't do it because even I'm going to die one day. So if you remember that, then we will remember that we are going to die one day. If we are going to die, then let's settle our disputes now. Let's use it wisely. हम जिस तरीके से कहते हैं कि जो हमारे रिसोर्सेज हैं, जब हमें मालूम होता है कि वो लिमिटेड है, तो हम उनको अच्छे से यूज करें। अगर हमें मालूम है कि एक दिन हम ये शरीर छोड़ने वाले हैं और ये शरीर भगवान ने हमको भक्ति के लिए दिया है, अपनी शुद्धि के लिए दिया है, तो क्या हम अपनी लाइफ टीवी बिताने में लगाएंगे? क्या हम घंटों बैठ के स्पोर्ट्स वॉच करने में बिताएंगे? या फिर हम भक्ति के अंदर अपना कॉन्शियसनेस इंप्रूव करने की कोशिश करें? जितने भी अगर स्पिरिचुअल अगर हम देखें मार्ग है, वो सब इसी चीज की बात करेंगे कि हमको अपना कॉन्शियसनेस, अपना एक माइंड फ्रेम, एक स्टेट, उसको इम्प्रूव करना है, उसको इतना प्यूरिफाई करना है कि अपने और पराये का भेद खत्म, अपने और पराये का भेद खत्म हो जाएगा जब हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस इतनी प्योर हो जाए। तो चाहे हम गौतम बुद्ध का एग्जाम्पल लें, चाहे हम आदि शंकराचार्य जी का एग्जाम्पल लें, चाहे हम गांधी जी का एग्जाम्पल लें, तो जब आप सेवा करने निकलेंगे तो फिर आप ये नहीं देखेंगे कि ये मेरा है, ये मेरा नहीं है। We will go beyond all caste, creed, religions. We will just see people as souls. हम सभी को आत्मा की तरह देख पाएंगे। And Srila Prabhupada is a classical example. The शिला प्रभुपाद जी से कोई यही कहता था कि आप इतनी कंट्रीज में जाते हैं, इतने लोगों से मिलते हैं, लोग अलग अलग बैकग्राउंड से होते हैं, अलग अलग रिलीजन से होते हैं, अलग अलग सोशल स्टेट से होते हैं। कुछ रिच होते हैं जैसे हेनरी फोर्ड, एंड कुछ बिल्कुल पुअर होते हैं, हिप्पीज, कुछ की आदतें अच्छी होती हैं, कुछ पढ़े लिखे होते हैं लाइक प्रोफेसर्स, एंड कुछ बिल्कुल ऐसे रोड पर होते हैं। आप कैसे सभी को एक नजर से देख पाते? और शिला प्रभुपाद जी का आंसर इतना ब्यूटीफुल, एंड दिस इज व्हाट वी से दैट द पर्सन लिव बाय the teaching of Bhagavad Gita rather than just teaching. So not only the talk, but walk the talk. तो शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने अपने इस बात से, अपने इस बिहेवियर से इसको सिद्ध किया कि शिला प्रभुपाद जी सिर्फ भगवत गीता की प्रीचिंग नहीं करते थे, भगवत गीता की जो वर्ड्स थे, जो मीनिंग थे, वो ट्रूली अपनी लाइफ के अंदर इम्प्लीमेंट करते थे। तो जैसे किसी ने प्रभुपाद जी को किसी से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया और कहा कि इनसे मिलें, ये इतने महान हैं कि भगवत गीता के 700 श्लोकों को रिसाइट कर सकते हैं। इनफैक्ट एक जगह वर्णन आता है कि सिर्फ फ्रंट से एंड नहीं, एंड से फ्रंट, रिवर्स ऑर्डर में भी ये अपने भगवत गीता के सारे वर्सेस को रिसाइट कर सकते हैं। प्रभुपाद जी ने कहा 700 वर्सेस को रिसाइट कर सकते हैं, क्या भगवत गीता की टीचिंग को 7 मिनट्स भी अपनी लाइफ के अंदर जी सकते हैं? क्योंकि अगर वो कर सकते हैं तो वो ज्यादा मीनिंगफुल है रादर देन वो वर्ड्स को, श्लोक्स को रिसाइट करना। हाउएवर ऑफ कोर्स इफ यू कैन रिसाइट देन इट विल हेल्प us to implement, because then it will come back to us, keep coming back to us. So we should recite, but the focus is we should recite so we can understand the meaning and we can implement. If we don't do that, then the recital itself will still have the benefits because we hear the transcendental voice, but then itself is not going to give us a lot compared to if we understand the meaning and implement the meaning. तो जब शिला प्रभुपाद जी से ये पूछा गया कि किस तरीके से ये सभी बैकग्राउंड के लोगों से आप मिलते हैं, कैसे उनको एक ही नजर से देख पाते हैं, तो शिला प्रभुपाद जी ने यही कहा कि आत्मज्ञान है। भगवत गीता चैप्टर 2 में जो भगवान कृष्ण ने अर्जुन को दिया, जो सबसे पहली चीज भगवान ने कही कि अर्जुन, किसके लिए अफसोस करते हो? ये जो सामने आपके खड़े हैं ये सिर्फ शरीर है, क्योंकि न हन्यते माने न हन्यते माने शरीरे। जो शरीर है वो मरता है, आत्मा मर ही नहीं सकती। न जायते मरते न कदाचन। कि भगवान ये कह रहे हैं भगवत गीता चैप्टर 2 के अंदर कि शरीर मरता है, आत्मा मरती ही नहीं। तो प्रभुपाद जी ने यही कहा कि जब मैं इन सभी को देखता हूँ, रिच, पुअर, कुछ इंटेलिजेंट, कुछ बिल्कुल जिनको कुछ कुछ कभी पढ़ा नहीं उन्होंने, कुछ का सोशल स्टेटस हाई है, कुछ बिल्कुल लो क्लास में माने जाते हैं, इन सभी को मैं, ये सारे जो डिफरेंशिएशन है ये शरीर के हैं। इस जन्म में उनका शरीर कहाँ है, लेकिन अगर हम उनकी आत्मा देखें तो उनकी आत्मा तो वही भगवान का, प्रभु का एक पार्ट है, वो सत्यचित आनंद है। तो जिस तरीके से मैं अपने प्रभु की आराधना करता हूँ उसी तरीके से मैं इन लोगों की भी सेवा कर सकता हूँ। जस्ट वन कंसेप्ट, एंड दैट कंसेप्ट इटसेल्फ कैन डिलीवर अस। अगर हम सिर्फ एक इस, जैसे हमने ईशावास्यम प्रिंसिपल देखा, उसी तरीके से अगर हम आत्मज्ञान देखें, हम खुद बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, अपने बच्चों को बहुत मेहनत करने को कहते हैं, वो स्कूल में पढ़ेंगे, यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ेंगे, यंग प्रोफेशनल बनेंगे, बहुत मेहनत करके पैसा कमाएंगे, घर खरीदेंगे, गाड़ी खरीदेंगे, अच्छे कपड़े, अच्छे हॉलीडे, फिर उनकी शादी होगी, फिर उनके बच्चे होंगे। लेकिन इस पूरे प्रोसेस में अगर वो खुश नहीं है, तो फिर क्या वो पढ़ाई, क्या वो हाई स्टेटस, क्या वो मनी, क्या वो घर, क्या वो गाड़ी, क्या वो हॉलीडेज किसी काम के आएंगे? क्योंकि सबसे पहली चीज, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज यही है। और इन चीजों को हम गैदर भी इसलिए करते हैं, हम लोगों से मिलते भी इसलिए हैं क्योंकि हमें अच्छा लगता है, हमें खुशी मिलती है। तो मटेरियल खुशी जो कुछ पल के लिए है, हमने रसगुल्ला खाया, रसगुल्ले का स्वाद जीभा पे गया और कुछ देर के लिए वो खत्म, that's temporary. Or we have learned a verse from Bhagavad Gita and now we can recite that verse anytime. Now, as many times as we do. When we hear Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for hours and hours online, we can hear it, right? So this is the taste, and this is what Srila Prabhupada wrote a book. A small book, higher taste. So don't ask. And it's another amazing thing. I've met someone in Middle East where somebody said for my Shiksha Guru that one best thing about him that he never asked me to leave anything, but gradually I automatically left all those things. Like I used to eat non-veg, I used to drink alcohol, I used to do betting, the gambling, and I've left all of this, but he never asked for it. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada always said that if you give someone higher taste, they will automatically leave lower taste, right? If somebody is earning 10 pounds and you will say, I will give you a better job of 100 pounds, you just need to attract someone towards 100 pounds. They will automatically leave the job where they are getting 10 pounds. Similarly, if somebody is eating some prasadam or food and you will give the prasadam and you say, have this. And when they will have that taste, they will automatically leave what's of lesser taste. Hence, when we read Shastras, Shastras give us the true meaning of the life. And when we read and we understand, sometimes it's hard for us to understand alone. And again, personally, I can give you my example. I read Bhagavad Gita a number of times before I got in touch with this association of devotees. But only, so the Bhagavatam, I have already read Bhagavatam, full Bhagavatam, 18,000 verses. But I have still went through two courses, and the courses are big, more than, so one course was 1.5 years. So imagine 3 years courses. I have already done those two courses, and from February, I would like to do another course of something which I have already read. But when I'm there with devotees, I understand the realizations I get from other devotees, the true meaning, how these words from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam we could implement in our life. And we could do this again and again and again. So we have done Bhagavad Gita, but let's do Bhagavad Gita again. So Gita Jayanti is coming. And in Gita Jayanti, we read and we recite Bhagavad Gita. And from New Year, we again take the vow, like material resolutions are there. We say, no, we would like to read Bhagavad Gita every day, even if it's one verse, even if it's one verse. Before we go to the bed, next to the bed, we have Bhagavad Gita. Or maybe first thing, we always do the prayers, puja, and we read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, one verse. If we get more, more. Or one verse will not take more than 2 minutes, three. We can always do it. So yeah, we should always have that in our mind. So that's mantra 13 we will see. And mantra itself, nothing, I have the audio somewhere open for this because I thought it would be really good if we will able to see. So rather than me reciting, I have this open. Of course, Srila Prabhupada is there. So let me see if the audio is, let's share sound.
धीराणां येन तद्विचचक्षिरे अन्यदेवाहुसम्भवात् अन्यदाहुरसम्भवात् इति शुश्रुमधीराणां येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे सम्भूतिं च विनाशं च.
That's the 14th verse. But this verse itself, and we will see maybe the next session, we will see word to word meaning. Or we will see the translation that it is said that one result is obtained by worshipping the supreme cause of all causes. Now think of it. We have already seen the demigods worship. But now what results we will get if you pray and worship to the Lord, who is the source of those demigods. And again, we have seen the verses in Bhagavad Gita from chapter 7, verse 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And it says there, Krishna is saying to Arjun that those who worship to demigods, they don't understand that I give the power to these demigods. Krishna is saying himself in Bhagavad Gita, and here it's again re-emphasized that one result is obtained by worshipping the supreme cause of all causes, and that another result is obtained by worshipping what is not supreme. So whether we go direct or we go indirect, we get different results. All this is heard from the undisturbed authority who clearly explain it. So the mention of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra comes. And this is another, or we know Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji. And as I said, I always put three presentations together. Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji explain things very nicely, dissects Srila Prabhupadaji's purpose. So we have the mantra itself. Srila Prabhupada gave the translation and the purport, but then Prabhuji, Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji, goes in detail and explains further how to understand this. So this is what we see how the theme of three verses, like 9, 10, 11 is on the knowledge and understanding. 12, 13, and 14 is on the worship. So the 12th worship is demigod worship and impersonal, absolute. But 13, that anything other than Supreme God is considered as asambhuti, and sambhuti which is not considered good. Now, we always say that rather than worshipping demigods, it's better to worship impersonal, absolute. This, it might appear like that, but we have seen that how these two are connected. But now, whether so, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Lord, the source of all causes, and anything else could be demigod, could be impersonal, could be Vedic karma kanda, could be anything, and that's what's there in mantra 13. Mantra 14, we will see the knowledge of material wisdom and then knowledge of supreme personality, how that knowledge helps us in worship. So this is how the whole mantra has been categorized by Chaitanya Charan Prabhuji. Dhira, the word dhira has been explained. Dhira exposes folly of all paths lead to the same goal. So we will see what does that mean. That how people say, and I'm pretty sure you will, if you haven't, speak to anyone from Vedic culture. Most of the people, if they are not clear, which most of the people aren't, they will say everything is same. Everything is same, and they have it's a very loose understanding of Bhagavad Gita, because in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 will say karma yoga, chapter 7 will say gyan yoga, and then fifth will say karma with gyan yoga, and then 6 will say ashtanga yoga, and then from 7 we start bhakti, and then right at the end from chapter 13 to 18 it's again focused very much on gyan yoga. So there's so many marks given. Even though Krishna explains very nicely, few places in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna makes it clear. At the end of chapter 6, Ashtanga Yoga, Krishna says, so this is good. Do this Ashtanga Yoga if you can. Now remember, Ashtanga Yoga has Ashtanga, Ashtanga, 8 limbs. And what we do physical exercise in yoga, what we see here in West, that's not even one part of it. That's not even one limb of it. But it's it starts from ahar, attihara, pratihara. And if we go through that, then last one is samadhi. And this is the whole Ashtanga yoga, which is great if you could do. Of course, the way we eat, the things we do, the things we don't do. Maybe we will go in detail at some point of Ashtanga Yoga. What does it really mean? Each limb. It's very interesting. If we just do that, then everything, almost any religion will say is part of it. Because what religion? Religion will always try to make us a better version of ourselves, where the humanity will become prevalent in a very good sense. Like we will live in a universal brotherhood, sisterhood. So Ashtang Yoga will encapsulate it, all of them. Ashtang Yoga अगर हम फॉलो करें तो उससे ऐसी कोई भी चीज, हम सस्टेनेबिलिटी की बात करते हैं वो अष्टांग योगा के अंदर आता है, हम अच्छा खाने की बात करते हैं वो उसके अंदर आता है, हम अच्छा प्यार से बोलने की बात करते हैं वो उसमें आता है, कर्म योग, ज्ञान योग, अष्टांग योग, ध्यान योग, मेडिटेशन उसके अंदर आती है। और फिर एट द एंड समाधि, लिबरेशन फ्रॉम ऑल द अटैचमेंट्स इज अल्टीमेटली पार्ट ऑफ इट। तो अगर हम सोचें इस तरीके से तो हम देख सकते हैं अष्टांग योग में सब है। But still, at the end of chapter 6, explaining Ashtanga Yoga, Krishna says, Yogi, compared to out of many millions of yogis, a jnani is dear to me. And then this jnanis, those who are Advait, they love this verse. But then following verse says, out of many jnanis, one bhakta, one devotee is dear to me. And that's it, and that's topmost devotee. So if we read that, we understand that Krishna is giving a lot of marga, but then many places he concludes that out of all marks, which is better? Like in the beginning of chapter 4, Krishna says, Arjun says, I'm confused. You have given me so many marks. What should I do? Is it impersonal or is it personal? And Krishna says, when both mark will reach to me, but impersonal is very hard and very difficult. So Krishna didn't say that impersonal is not a good path. Krishna didn't say it's not the path which will not lead to me. Krishna said it's very difficult path, and we can understand somebody we don't even know. It's hard to appreciate. It's very hard to appreciate someone we don't really know. But as soon as we know someone, it's very easy. We could understand. Oh, like the movie star. Oh, that star. I know. I've seen his or her movies. Or that sports person. I've seen him or her playing cricket. Or that Prabhuji. I've seen or I've heard. Or Janvi Mataji. Oh, she's so brilliant. She has written so many Krishna songs. We appreciate her contribution. So if we know the person, if we don't know the person, somebody will come and somebody will say, "Oh, that devotee is good, good, good." All right, okay, I don't even know. I've never met him. So this is the difference between impersonalism and personal. So personal is we have made a relationship with Krishna, and now it's easy for us to follow. So all paths lead to the same goal is a folly. It doesn't. Not all. There was a time people used to say here, if you say that all roads lead to Rome, because Romans were everywhere, even in the UK. And somebody said that Romans were the ones who taught British people how to colonize, and then British people went around the world to start colonizing. But that doesn't happen in the spirituality. That not all the paths will lead to Krishna. No, because it says this verse itself says that different paths have different results. It doesn't say that all the paths will lead to the same goal. In Bhagavad Gita, there is nowhere, no one single verse which could say that all paths lead to the same goal. Yet, a lot of people who have studied a little bit, they would say that. So maybe Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, other religions as well. They say, oh yeah, it's okay. Whichever route you follow, or the children they don't follow you. Oh, it's okay. They just do a little. It's okay. They all. It's not. It's not. However, of course, everyone is on different platform, and we cannot compare. We should not compare. But what we do need to realize that not all the paths will lead, and we will get more detail because Prabhuji goes in more detail. So Dhira teaches Shastras. Uh, Different paths lead to different goals. This is what this mantra is all about. Dhira is a word refers to guru, a saint, a sage. So we will see more verses. And even Bhagavad Gita, a few places it says that Dhira is the one who could show you the path because he himself has seen. So we could say Dhira is equivalent to Buddha. It's because he has seen the path, he can tell you the path. And this is what Gautam Buddha used to say. that because I have walked on the route, I reached the destination. I can tell you the route. I can tell you about the destination. But only if you will walk on that route, you will reach that destination. I cannot walk for you. तो धीरा वो गुरु वो संत के लिए यूज होता है हमारे शास्त्रों में, जिन्होंने सच को देखा हुआ है और वो उस मार्ग पे चले हैं और वो हमें वो मार्ग बता सकते हैं। जिस तरीके से गौतम बुद्ध ने कहा कि क्योंकि मैं उस मार्ग पे चला हूं, उस मार्ग पे पहुंच के मुझको मंजिल मिल गई है, इसी तरीके से मैं आपको वो मार्ग बता सकता हूँ। इसलिए शिला प्रभुपाद जी कहते हैं माला करें, भगवान का नाम लें, कीर्तन करें, रेगुलर पढ़ें, लेकिन शिला प्रभुपाद जी या कोई भी भक्त हमारे लिए माला नहीं कर सकता, हमारे लिए कीर्तन में नहीं जा सकते, हमें लेके जा सकते हैं। इसलिए एसोसिएशन में रहना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। करना हमें खुद ही पड़ेगा, सारा एम्फेसिस हमारे ऊपर है कि करना हमें खुद ही पड़ेगा। So different paths will lead to different goals. Accept Krishna as a Samba. Krishna is again Ishavasyam. Mantra 2. Sorry, mantra 1. And then the harmony will follow, mantra 2. Yes, Arjuna kills so-called relatives to satisfy Krishna. So like what Krishna said, that you're just going to kill the bodies. And these bodies in this birth, they have done the bad karma, so they deserve it. But the soul you cannot kill. So killing the body is going to help the soul to purify for next birth. And no people are my God or I am God. This is another one where I remember a good friend of mine said that I'm so busy working, my work is my prayer. कर्म ही पूजा है। अगेन भगवत गीता में कहीं भगवान ने ये नहीं कहा कि कर्म ही पूजा है। कर्म को हम पूजा मानकर कर सकते हैं और करना भी चाहिए, लेकिन वहां पर हमें लिमिट नहीं होना चाहिए। क्योंकि कर्म जो हम कर रहे हैं वो हमें बहुत अच्छे से मालूम है कि हम पैसों के लिए कर रहे हैं, हम पूजा के रूप में नहीं कर रहे। लेकिन सिर्फ क्योंकि हम पूजा के लिए समय नहीं निकालना चाहते, हम बाकी सब चीजों के लिए समय निकाल लेते हैं। लेकिन अगर कोई पूजा की कोई ग्रंथ पढ़ने की बात हो तो हमारे पास समय नहीं होता, और फिर हम कहते हैं हम कर्म कर रहे हैं, वही हमारी पूजा है। हम मॉर्निंग में उठ के भगवान का एक बार नाम ले लेते हैं, वही हमारी पूजा। भगवान उससे भी खुश है, क्योंकि हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि पूजा भक्ति हम भगवान के लिए नहीं कर रहे, हम अपनी शुद्धि के लिए कर रहे। सो भगवान को हमारी भक्ति की जरूरत नहीं है, हमको अपनी कॉन्शियसनेस को इम्प्रूव करना है। तो किस तरीके से किसी की लाइफ में कुछ हो जाता है, भक्त स्थित रहते हैं, लेकिन बाकी लोग बहुत जल्दी टेंशन में आ जाते हैं, स्ट्रेस में आ जाते हैं। तो ये भगवान तो सेम है, भगवान ने ज्ञान तो सभी को दिया। तो बहुत से लोग जो ऐसा मानते हैं कि जो लोग हैं उन्हीं की मैं सेवा करूं, वही कर्म योग में काफी लोग चैरिटेबल हॉस्पिटल्स वगैरह बनाते हैं, जो कि बहुत अच्छी चीज है। लेकिन वो एक पार्ट हो सकता है जो हमें इंस्पायर करे अल्टीमेट गोल की तरफ। लेकिन वहीं पर अगर हम लिमिट हो जाएं तो सूनर और लेटर हमारा जो फॉल्स ईगो है वो बिल्डअप होने लगता है। And the next one, the last one, hearing from Dhira helps one and all to attain perfection. This is in all the 8 limbs or 9 forms of bhakti. The first one is hearing, Shravanam. So we should always keep listening, always keep listening. So thank you so much for everyone's presence. सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आप आते हैं तो हमें भी भगवान का नाम लेने का अवसर मिलता है। बट भगवान की भगवत गीता भागवतम यूट्यूब पे ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है, तो प्लीज रेगुलर टाइम निकाल के, स्पेशली जैसे हम बात कर रहे थे, अब वाइन डाउन टाइम चल रहा है बहुत, तो क्रिसमस में इतने बिजी नहीं होते हैं, तो प्लीज जो समय है भगवान का नाम लें और अपने चित्त की शुद्धि करें। और हम होपफुली नेक्स्ट सैटरडे मुलाकात करेंगे। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर प्रेजेंस। विद दैट, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव महाराज की जय।
जय
जय जय श्री
जय श्री
राधा
राधे कृष्ण।
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्णा
हरे
प्रभु, थैंक यू सो मच।
हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंड प्रणाम। हरि हरि बोल।